Hey, good morning everyone. I'm Kay. Welcome back to Late Bloomer. I am here on my property in Middle Tennessee. If you're not familiar with my channel, I've been on YouTube for 14 years and I started my life in a tiny urban garden in LA and moved here about 6 years ago. So it's been a constant trying to get a yard turned into gardens. Food gardens. That makes perfect sense because I started as an urban gardener and I turned a tiny little yard into a food garden. And what I've done here, or tried to do, is turn a very large yard into a food garden and a place for beneficial insects and pollinators. And a meadow was always something that I wanted to do. And in 21, one of the first things I did was hire a forest mulcher to mulch my side yard. I call it my side yard. It's just about a half an acre over there that runs the length of the property, kind of a long, narrow area. And it was completely thicket. It was a thicket. You couldn't take one step in there. There were wild blackberries and of course poison ivy everywhere, and thorn bushes and Bradford pear babies everywhere. No, it was a nightmare. And so I hired this guy with this. It's a great video if I do say so. I'll put the link right up there. And anyway, he mulched that whole thing and took it down. And I said, listen, I want to plant wildflowers. That's the whole point of this. And he goes, the weeds are going to overtake the wildflowers. The seeds are never going to come up in that. And so I thought, oh dear, So I did try. He was right. And so it's been kind of a battle trying to get something to grow over there. And I do have a few flowers here and there that came up naturally. If they come up naturally, they have a chance. But if you plant, you scatter wildflower seeds in something like that, and there's no chance. Okay, so anyway, I think it was about 22. It could have been 21. I can't remember when I had the idea for the meadow. The meadow exists between my flower garden, which was laid out in 21, along with my side garden and along with my lower garden. And it exists in that area in between. And I wanted room to drive my four-wheeler in between each one, and the mower. Not my mower, but the mower could go. And so I started there. And I've done all the things that are recommended. And I even started following native plant talk on YouTube, and he was talking about burning. You do a controlled burn. Keyword controlled. Got it? Controlled, right? Well, anyway, we tried a burn last year, and I bought expensive for the southeast wildflower seeds, Meadow mix. Used those, and this season was just not successful. And I'll give you a look right now. There's some yarrow in here, but it's completely overwhelmed by the crabgrass. This is hairy crabgrass, and it has spread all the way across, And I've just got some purple top tridens. Those are those little plum-colored grasses, seed heads. And that's it. And all of this here, according to my plant app, is smooth crabgrass. This stuff. But if it's right here, why doesn't it just turn into that when it puts up a seed head? I don't know. But it's completely overwhelmed all of the plantings of the wildflowers. And yes, there's a wildflower right there, but that's on a thorny weed. Yes, I have a few brown-eyed Susan sprinkled in, but I can't let all this go. This is a late boneset. Very pretty, but I have a whole bunch of that in the side yard. So I've decided to mow this whole thing. Last year wasn't bad. I had quite a few brown-eyed Susan and tons of coreopsis. I had no coreopsis this year. Tons of coreopsis last year. They didn't come back. And so the crabgrass took over, and I had scheduled my mower, Corey, who does such a great job, to come that next morning. And we had a dense fog. Check it out. I have this new friend that I met who's staying down the road a little ways, and she was walking her dog, and we've gotten to know one another a little bit, and she came over day before yesterday, and it was kind of a beautiful sunset. And she was just admiring the view, you know, in front of my house. And I said, well, that's why I bought it, plus the front porch, you know. You gotta have a front porch to look at it, right? Well, I have such a beautiful view here, and I love having the flowers out front for the people driving by. And it's just wonderful to provide for the pollinators and have beauty to look at also. And even in the, if you saw in the dead sunflowers, there's a beauty there too. And there's a beauty in the weeds, even though we hate them. Well, there's no beauty in crabgrass. Okay, none whatsoever. That's an exception. But anyway, Corey got here at 8:30 in the morning. The fog had lifted, and he weed whacked for 3 hours, and then he did this, per my instruction. He said, so just basically try to preserve as many flowers as possible. And I said, right. The flower garden went first. Then the meadow. yes, I could have tried a controlled burn again, but keyword controlled. I don't know what my plan is because I'm trying to scale back. I've spent 5 years adding, you know. Last year I added 2 new gardens. My driveway garden, which I love, and my memorial garden. And I finally got the patio in over here, so it kind of looks nice. Once I get the deck stained and get the chairs and table back here, it'll kind of be nice. You know, it's never perfect, it's never done. But I have to scale back. I can only do so much. And I'm getting older, so I am going to probably have to let the meadow go. I do leave a lot of the side yard for wildflowers in the spring. And I provide a lot of other flowers in my other gardens. So I'm hoping that's going to compensate. But it's going to be less work for me, so that's probably what I'm going to do at this point, because to kill all that crabgrass would be, I would have to put down a silage tarp, which I have them back there, and I could put it down and I could kill the grass. But the thing is, it'll come back, and then even though the grass is killed, then it probably has to be tilled, because it'll be so compacted that the seeds won't, you know, take. And then basically I'm starting over again. And I'm not cutting back my concerns, my expenses, and my work effort. So thank you so much for watching today's video and joining for the premiere if you did. I hope you did. And we love saying hello to our late bloomer friends. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell for notifications, scroll down and click all so you won't miss an episode. God bless you. See you next time.